I'm going to be tackling the mouse problem I have in my greenhouse. It's almost time to start storing the potatoes over winter. I'm going to be putting some of them into the trash can root cellar I built 2 years ago. Well, it's a metal can and they won't be getting into that. I still want to get rid of them for when I start my seeds in the spring. So I found this solution on the internet and I'm going to give it a try. It's a very simple formula to make. It's only harmful to mice, not to any other animals. So should my dog get a hold of it, or my chickens, which what they would be doing in my greenhouse, I don't know. But it is a very simple solution and hopefully it'll work. I've seen a number of videos on the internet, so it's got to be true. And you only need 2 ingredients. One, you use corn muffin mix. I picked this up from the dollar store. And so that was like $1. And baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda. So apparently mice can't handle the ingestion of baking soda. For whatever reason, their digestive tracts can't expel the gas. And not that their insides explode, but their stomachs produce an acid. And when it mixes with the baking soda, it produces gas and they can't expel it. So they end up dying from it. But as I said, apparently mice can't burp, so they were unable to process this. And it ends up killing them. So I'm going to be mixing some up, putting in this tray and leaving the tray by their runs that I've found in the greenhouse. And I'm going to see, for one, if I still actually have a mouse problem, because the runs actually look kind of old, but there hasn't been any food in there for them to eat. The greenhouse has become more of a storage center than a grow room, which kind of annoys me, only because it wastes the purpose of the greenhouse to begin with. So again, it's a simple solution. 4 tablespoons of baking soda to 4 tablespoons of muffin mix. And then you mix it all together really well. And then you just put it out. We'll see if it actually has an effect. This is a low dish, so they can easily get in and out. I was going to put it in like a container, cut a hole in the container and everything, but I don't see any need for that. Since it's in the greenhouse, it's away from everything, and nothing else is getting into the greenhouse. I was going to make up my own muffin mix, just some cornmeal, some sugar, but this is cheap enough that I figured I can just buy this and be done with it. And then maybe I'll make some corn muffins. And now it's just a matter of mixing it all up really well. I'll be back in a second. So this is the trash can. And right alongside, I've got all these holes running around the edge. Some of my old sage fell down that I had hanging up in here. I'm gonna move that out of the way just to not have it discourage them from the smells or something like that. But they haven't touched the sage, I can tell you that. So this is the mix. It's all mixed up. And I'm just gonna place it right over here. Mice tend to like to run along a wall. So let's get the sage out of the way. And hopefully they'll find it. And I'll report back a little later. I saw that depending on the kind of infestation that you have, it could take a couple of months to get it under control. Other people have reported it within days that mice were eating it, and then within a week or so, they've disappeared. And I'm looking up here on the shelf, and I'm seeing some signs of them. I'm not sure if that's old or not. So, looks like it could be a decent infestation in here. And as I said, I want to be able to use my greenhouse to grow plants and not just be a storage room, although that's been quite helpful. So we're going to leave that here, and in a future video, I'll discuss whether or not it's been successful.
Several days later.
So I'm in the greenhouse. I've got the mix mixed up, and now I'm going to bring you over to the root cellar, and I'll show you what I've found. Oh, it's 2 days later, and looks like we have some activity here. Looks like we got some little footprints right there. So maybe we have some mice that were partaking. And those are some bigger than expected poops for a mouse. So these must be some larger mice. I don't think they're rats, but it was larger than I was expecting. And so we'll see how this works. We're going to leave it out for months and see if it rids us of our problem. So it looks like the mice are eating the food, and hopefully that clears up our problem so that come the springtime, we can use our greenhouse as a greenhouse. If you want to see what we're doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell, and that way you'll be able to follow along on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard without interference from pests. Okay, thanks for watching.